Atlantic hurricane season got off to its usual slow start, but just within the past month, we've had 5 named storms. I'm explaining why that's actually typical in this week's Heather's Weather Wise. The season started off with subtropical storm ANDREA in late May. Then as we went into mid-July, kind of an unusual pattern for what became Hurricane Barry. Then as we shifted into August and September, we had as many as 4 different tropical systems to watch, with many nervous eyes on powerful Hurricane Dorian. The timing for that activity is right on track. Last week marked the climatological peak of hurricane season in the Atlantic, even though it's more than halfway through the season, which goes from June 1st through November 30th. There's a couple reasons behind the slow start. This year in particular, an El Nino-type pattern has strengthened the southern branch of the jet stream, making the upper-level winds of the atmosphere too strong for organized clusters of thunderstorms to develop. Between that and plenty of dry air coming out of the Sahara Desert, we haven't seen too many tropical systems, at least during the first half of the season. Now, what's happened over the past month or so is that El Nino has weakened back towards a more neutral phase. The jet stream has weakened just a little bit, shifted to the north, and that's allowed for much more favorable conditions for some of these tropical systems to develop, at least within the atmosphere. Now, all the while, ocean temperatures have been well above normal, especially in the Gulf of Mexico and along the Gulf Stream, where ocean temperatures are anywhere from 80 to almost 87 degrees Fahrenheit. We saw evidence of those much weaker upper atmospheric winds in the case of Hurricane Dorian. The storm system unfortunately sat nearly stationary over the northern islands of the Bahamas for an entire day. Now, if any of these winds had been just a little bit stronger, the storm would have been steered northward a little bit more quickly, but it took a cold front coming in from the northwest to finally move the storm along. The National Hurricane Center is now projecting 10 to 17 named storms total. At least 3 more storms should become hurricanes, and a couple of those may end up as major hurricanes, like Dorian. Of course, even given this outlook, it's impossible to predict exactly where and when these storms may travel. So if you have an interest in any part of the tropical Atlantic, you're going to want to keep a close eye on things over the next couple of months. That's it for this week's episode. I'll see you next week with a brand new topic, but until then, remember, it's good to be a geek.